who's gonna win.
Well, you do know who's gonna win.
Well,
like I said,
it's whoever the rich people put in power, buddy.
Right, that's who's gonna win.
The money's putting it in.
The money.
It doesn't matter. Whoever come up with the most money get the gold.
Right.
What Trump got more money than he got this time?
Donald Trump got more money than Joe Biden?
No, he ain't. They said on TV that Joe Biden had the most money.
Donald Trump got way more money than Joe Biden. Joe Biden is a senator. Donald Trump is a businessman.
Well, I'm telling you what they said on TV is all I can go by.
All I can go by is the financial campaign records that Donald Trump is using his money and not the Republican Party's money. And Joe, what you want to sweep the vet to, Popo? We already got it.
$10.
So $10. All right, I bet you $10 that Donald Trump will win the presidency of the United States of America.
No, I bet 5. I ain't gonna bet you 10.
All right, I bet you 5. He thinks that Joe Biden is going to win because a while ago I betted him $1 because he thinks that Donald Trump is going to lose. And so now we're going to bet $5.
No, the $5, $4 with the dollar.
Well, you already owe me that $1. We gonna quash that dollar bet, and then we gonna increase our other dollar bet to $5.
Right,
so if I win, you owe me $6.
Right. Okay.
If I lose, I owe you $4.
No, you owe me $5.
But you already owe me $1.
Well, that's still the same thing. You owe me $5.
So then I'll pay you $5, and then you owe me $1. Because you still owe me $1. Because as it stands right now, you owe me $1. And now we have a separate bet of $1 on Donald Trump being president. But we're increasing that bet to $5. So that means you owe me $1 now. If I win, you owe me $6. If I lose, I owe you $4. $4.
How can it be go with that 5 more?
Because, Pawpaw, you already are indebted to me $1 because you lost the bet.
I owe you $1. We bet, and I told you I'm going to bet $5 with the $1 that I owe you.
But we already have a $1 bet that Donald Trump is going to be the president. So we got to increase that bet.
I'm keeping it all the $5, the whole deal.
Right. Now, Uncle.
Leave it alone with this, leave it $1.
No, we going to do the math. Whose math is incorrect?
What's the deal?
Okay, we had 2 bets originally.
Listen at me. Listen, we're going to leave it like it is.
We're going to leave it like it is. All right. It is funny.
Leave it like it is.
But yeah. So, you still think he's going to...
If I win, you owe me $1. If I lose, I owe you $2.
Bet.
That's the way it is.
That's the way it is.
You're not going no further.
Because we keep it simple, stupid.
Like Donald Trump's brother can't go no further.
But yeah, but no, that's what I think about when he was doing the debate. He didn't look stupid. You said what?
Little piece of paper towel.
Like, that's all he had to do is just not be retarded.
Right? How's that retarded? Because I'm saying the same way. I
ain't saying you retarded, Popo. I'm saying Donald Trump.
Donald Trump is too pitiful. He can't win this.
Why?
Wait and see.
Well, what makes you think that he can't win, Popo?
He's so far behind now.
How is he behind?
Okay, we'll see. I'm in the way.
No.
You good?
It's almost over now.
Yeah, we only got what?
Got 6 more days, 10 more days.
10 more days, something like that. 8, we almost there, a little bit over a week. A little bit over a week away.
Yeah.
I just want to laugh because it's going to be funny.
You need no money. You're all right because you pay me good.
Oh, yeah.
When you pay good, you can get some money.
Try to.
Hey!
Well, I'm saying, that's good.
Ain't that the way it's supposed to work?
You need some money, now you know you can get it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you pay me good.
That's the way it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm doing good, too.
Yeah. I ain't got much now.
What you making, Ed?
That sister of mine's cooking so she can get off my cake.
How's Debbie doing, all right?
She's doing all right. We go walking every day.
Huh?
We go walking every day at Cottonwood
Oh,
Park.
do y'all? That's good. That's good. You don't talk to me.
Oh, you know, people don't talk when they owe you, Pop.
Huh?
You know, people don't talk when they owe you.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
You know that. The best way to get rid of somebody is
Loan them some money. Loan them some money. You ain't got to worry about seeing them for a while.
Best way to get rid of them, Jack.
That's right.
Won't see you in a while. How much money you need, man? Let me get rid of this nigga real quick.
Get water, Greg. Put this up there.
That's how you do it. That's how you get rid of them real quick. Loan them some money. You want to get rid of a nigga? Look, say, hey, man, let me loan you about 20 bucks. Then call them after you give it to them the next day. Hey, man, yeah, get that 20? They'll avoid you.
That's good. Thank you, son.
They'll avoid you like the plague.
That's a good way. When you don't like something, you want to get rid of them, you loan them some money.
That's it.
That's how I look at it. I learned that lesson when I was with old people. It's like, shit, I'll gladly give you $5, $10 to stop fucking with you.
Yeah, that's a good way to get rid of them, man.
That's what they do. They
You know, how much is my time worth? Way more than that.
Let me give you this nigga so you can get on.
Now remember, you owe me now.
Yep.
You'll never see that nigga again.
That's right. You're right.
Well, yeah, let me get that video that I was looking about. Because I was
So
gonna...
what is that made out of, Ed?
What? What's what, man?
What you doing there? What's it made out of?
Some cookie dough.
Huh?
Supposed to be like just cookie dough.
Oh, what is it?
Yeah, because this one talks about Joe Biden and how...
You turn it on over here.
Yeah, you don't get to hear it. Let's see.
He was in enemy territory. And so what I want to do for you...
No, that's going to be copyrighted infringement.
Will she mama turn the stove on, buddy?
Yeah, I see that.
Okay.
Let's see what the polling look like. So what is the latest news on
Who won the debate?
yeah, who you think won the debate, Popo?
I don't know. I think
Everybody
it's
saying
the guy.
Biden.
I
Everybody
think
said-
both of them did.
Everybody
I
said,
don't know.
everybody said Biden didn't let Trump get under his skin this time.
And that was a good
Donald
thing.
Trump,
I don't know.
Donald Trump, Biden got it when he said them kids.
You know, as us as poor black people, who saying that we got the same thing?
Yeah, not the
You
same,
just
Popo.
keep on going with your daily routine.
Yeah,
You
I
know
mean, you got to do that too.
You can't. You put in your vote. All you can do is vote.
That's all he
What are you voting for, though?
Huh?
What are you voting for?
Who me? Who me?
Yeah, when you vote, because if
voting
we're
because my
voting,
mama
what
wanted to vote.
what are we voting for, though?
I don't know. My mom wanted to vote, so I just
What
voted.
is her vote?
I don't know. All I did is sign my
What's the
ballot.
point of voting, Popo?
You have to vote.
The point of voting is because our ancestors was doing all that so we could vote.
I thought they was doing all that so we could be considered American.
No, we're already American.
The vote.
We're not African. We're not. What's
I didn't say anything about Africa. My ancestors didn't die for me to put my name on a piece of paper and mark a name down for somebody else. My ancestors died so they can be considered America and benefit the benefits of America.
I don't think that. I think if niggas had a choice, they would have got on that boat and went back home.
I mean, some people did, but we
Ain't
built
nobody
this.
went back to Africa.
What you mean? You know that there's an entire country in Africa that was developed by freed slaves.
Really?
Yeah, it's called Liberia.
How'd they get back there?
Well, they actually got funded and put on a boat and went over there. Yeah, some white people did it.
Let's have the first batch turn out, son.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of things. Marcus Garvey had his Back to Africa movement where they were trying to get black people to go there, but, you know, they criminalized Marcus Garvey too.
Yeah.
But a lot of black people didn't even come from Africa. They was already here. Black people are the only people in America that think that they don't deserve a benefit for being in America when you built it.
Who?
Black people, just like you just said. You're supposed to vote so you can vote. Your ancestors died to vote. No, my ancestors didn't die to vote. They died so they can participate in the American dream and life, liberty, and freedom and pursuit of happiness. They weren't slaves when they got the right to vote. They had been freed for ages. Well, for a couple decades,
They wasn't free. They just to say they wasn't picking cotton and stuff no more.
No, black people aren't free to this
Oh,
day.
they didn't vote to stop them rich people, them Donald Trump was all for the rich.
Okay, and what is Biden for?
Yeah, he's rich.
He's for the rich too, right?
Yeah.
So, what is the point of voting for him if both of them are for the same thing?
Right. That's what I said.
Like I said, there's a point to voting. Voting is not just to be voting because they said to. You might as well be in slavery still.
We are.
You might as well say, go pick the cotton then if you're just going to vote.
We are. That's when we go to work.
That's the antique, we never go back. I was with Nick Rose, will never go back that low.
You're already that low, Papa. You're voting for your slave master right now.
No, we ain't that low.
Yes, you are. They don't need you to pick cotton no more. They got machines
We
now.
got jobs.
It ain't like it used to.
Call it job.
It got better than it used to.
How has it gotten better?
Whole lot better.
They stopped shooting you dead in the street?
Oh, so they used to
We're
hang.
still doing it.
I'm from South Carolina. I was there when they was hanging people.
Oh, you mean they just got done finding a couple of people hanging
No,
in
not
trees?
like it used to be.
What you mean, Papa? They just been finding a man hanging in a tree once a month for the last 6 months.
It ain't like it used to be. Now stop it.
Okay, yes, they don't. Yes, it is not like how it was back then, Papa, because they done developed better means than just hanging you from a tree.
It ain't like
Even though they still hang you from the
it
tree.
ain't like it used to be.
What is different then?
Whole lot different.
What? Explain. You've seen a lot, Papa. You're 85 years old.
It ain't like it used to be.
What is not happening now that wasn't happening then?
They was hanging niggas.
They're still hanging
Not
people,
like it used-
Papa.
not like it used.
I can pull up news articles in today's time, in 2020, where they have found people hanging in trees. They just got done finding a man hanging from a bridge.
I don't like it used to be. I told you that.
Hey, Mom don't got no sandwich bags.
Huh?
Oh, I might.
Yeah, sandwich bag. Could be in here. How big you want?
I don't know, Pop. Let me finish. Let me try to cook most of these cookies.
Is that it?
I just be wondering what's the hope for.
See, there ain't no bag in there.
Nah, that's all right. I'll find some.
Okay, let's move. There might be a bag in there. Let me look here.
I'll get one of them one bags, Pop.
Huh?
Sandwich,
Oh, okay.
store bags.
Okay. I'm going out of here now.
All right,
It
Papa.
ain't like it used to be.
It ain't like it used to
I
be.
know it ain't.
You say so.
It ain't like it used to be, because, hey, I'm older than you. I know what I'm talking about.
I understand that, but you just keep saying the same thing over and over again.
I ain't saying the same thing. I said it ain't.
It ain't like it used to be.
I make them cookies too big. Look at that.
Yeah, it's gonna make you have to cut them.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut them.
You're gonna have to make a big old cookie sheet.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut them all right.
I asked you what is
With
the
a
difference. You
glass
said
of
that they were
milk
hanging
and,
people. I said they're still hanging people. It's different.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
the difference?
It ain't like it used to be, I tell you.
Right, they don't have to put the crosses and stuff in front of your house now because they just put the red and blue lights in front of it.
It ain't like it
Fix
used
it
to be.
I don't know. Thank you.
Seriously tell you, it ain't.
What?
I understand, Bobo, but just because you keep saying the same words over and over again
Well,
doesn't
ain't.
make
I'm
it
telling you,
true.
It used to be bad, boy.
And what is bad? What used to be bad? What is happening now
Because we
that
don't
is
stand at the back
easier?
of the line like we used to.
Because we don't have to stand in the back of the line. Now we can't even afford to stand in the line. What you mean, no, please?
I'm telling you what I think.
I'm gonna have to finger these ones out.
We didn't have to stand in the back of the line,
We
so
ain't like, I'm telling you, it ain't like, we got a little more authority than we used to have. And that's the truth.
and what is authority?
What are you saying?
No, I'm asking you because I don't know.
Well, you don't know anyway, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know.
You know, I just, like, when I say things, Papa, I just have the
Well, I
ability
know
to
everybody got to
explain.
look at things different.
I don't get in my emotional state and feelings and get upset because I'm not being understood. I learn how to use words and say, hey, it is not like it used to be because we are not having to stand in the back of the line anymore, and that is better. Even though we're still getting killed in the street, we don't have to stand in the back of the line. So that is the good thing. That's what I'm saying, Papa, when I'm asking you to explain. Like, if you were to ask me to explain, I'd say, hey, Papa, it's just as bad as it was when you was a kid as when I was a kid. And you're just saying the same words over again, Papa.
That's what I mean.
I understand that. That's why I was giving you an example.
Okay. Everybody.
I don't want you to get upset or
I ain't
agitated.
upset, it don't bother me because I know what I'm talking about. And maybe you know what you're talking about too. But I'm just telling you, it ain't bad as it used to be.
I understand. We don't have to stand in the back of the line no more. You can stand right up front while they kill you.
Your mom get the phone?
Okay. That's Tanisha.
Oh, mama's calling about that court.
So what you think Joe Biden gonna do that's different than Donald Trump? Since Donald Trump is the bad one.
What he gonna do different than Donald Trump? He's gonna do a whole lot of things different than Donald Trump.
Well, the first year,
He's gonna let a
you
whole
got to put the police department back together.
Well, he already said his first year he's gonna fund the police with a whole bunch of money. He also said he's gonna do some other things.
But what I think they should do really, I think black cops should
What is him?
do black.
What do
you can't have these.
I know what
So
he
you,
gonna do what I can't either.
I know. That's what I would say it probably. I already know.
Yeah,
But I would have been like, what you get them?
So you think the police should get better funding?
No, here's what I think. I think like this. I think they should policemen the cops that live in that area, right? Mm-hmm. That live amongst those people.
But not all cops do though.
That's what I understand. That's what I'm saying.
They should though, because I agree with that. If you're
No,
saying
I'm just saying the ones that live around that area, not the ones that come from 2 cities over to work.
the majority of cops do though.
Yeah, but that's why they need to clean that up.
Because that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
If you're saying that
That's
to be
what
a
I'm saying.
police officer, you should live in the area.
Yes,
I'll
thank
agree with
you.
that 100%.
Yeah. So when you mess up, the niggas know where you live. They know how to burn you down.
Yeah, I'll agree.
You know what I mean?
Checks and balances, yeah.
Yes, that's what I think. With the gang thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the gang thing, I think they should make a unit that goes around. You know what I mean? They gotta have a serious unit. You know what I mean?
They got gangs in the police force already.
Yeah, but the police force has got to do just like the gang members. Just like they got their little section. Huh?
So you think that it's the black people that are causing
No,
the
I'm talking
problem?
about Mexicans. I'm talking about gang members.
No, I'm just saying. You think it's the citizenry? Because we'll take away the racial aspect for a temporary moment.
Right.
So you're saying that it's the citizenry's fault that they were getting accosted and shot by the police?
No, I'm not even talking about that. Just I'm talking about the way I would handle it, right? I'm saying I would handle it like this. I would have the people that live there in the, you know what I mean, in the jails, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not in the jails. That what was I talking about? Goddamn, I got off track. I'm talking about I would have the police that live in that area patrol the neighborhoods. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Joe Watts. If you live in this section of this city right here, right? Mm-hmm. You and whoever else will patrol this section.
So
Who lives in this patrol? Whoever lives in this section of the city. Say like if you lived in Inglewood, right?
okay.
Huh? And you work for the police department. I would want the police that live in Inglewood to police that neighborhood.
Okay.
Because they live there, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you live in south side of Inglewood, right? You're a cop. I prefer for you to do that area, right?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
So is Because those are mostly like poor black areas. So would black people be better if the cops in the neighborhood didn't live in
If you
their
know where they
neighborhood?
live, come on, man. Wouldn't you okay if a nigga did you wrong? He's a cop. He only live right there.
Yeah, but what about?
How many niggas you know that live right in the neighborhood and live?
But I don't think that black people are inherently criminal. I don't think I don't think black people's problem is a crime problem. I think black people's problem is a disenfranchised problem.
Getting misused by policemen. Is what I'm saying.
Right.
If you know the cop that in your neighborhood where you live, you know what I'm saying? Huh? Mm-hmm. He's not gonna abuse you.
Well, if I'm in a community that's affluent, you want to know one of the things that I don't see? Cops.
That's what I'm saying, Jay.
So if we economically improve the areas where black people or disenfranchised people live, no, them look good to me. You let them cool off.
Yeah.
You know, if you allow black people to have economic development like everybody else, then you wouldn't necessarily need policing to stop crime because there's economic progress happening.
What?
I don't think black people are inherently criminal. I don't think that black people have a crime problem.
You would be safer knowing that there's a cop that lives in your neighborhood.
I would be safer if black people were economically developed to where our neighborhoods were not considered projects and poverty-stricken areas, but affluent areas, because one of the things that I do not see when I visit affluent areas are cops. And they don't get abused by cops in affluent areas because they're not there.
Because you don't see no black cops. You don't see cops there because black cops are controlled by Whitey.
I don't see...
Whitey don't want the black cops in that neighborhood to do good. They want to send in white cops that scare you with fear, choke you out. You know what I mean?
Right, but once again...
If you was a black cop, just like they choked out that dude selling cigarettes. Mm-hmm. A black cop would just be like, hey man, the store owner done told us he don't want you selling cigarettes out here.
We know there's many of stories where the black cop does more punishment to the victim than the white cop would.
He doesn't live in that neighborhood.
It doesn't matter to some...
It would matter if he lived in the neighborhood. It does matter.
Not necessarily.
Why?
I do agree that if you're going
would you go choke somebody out and put your knee on their neck if you live right across the street from somebody?
No, because I agree with what you're saying in premise that if you are going to be a policeman, you should live in the area in which you are policing because you need to be held accountable to the area for your police action.
Black neighborhood, there ain't gonna be a white cop unless he lives in the area.
Unless he lives in the area.
Oh, if he lives in the area, then
but what I'm
saying
is,
gotta live there.
Uncle, what all I'm saying is this. I do not think that as a society, black people, we have a crime problem. Yes, we are in the poverty areas. But if black people were not economically stricken systematically, when I say systematically, know what I'm talking about, racism, white supremacy. If we were not systematically targeted, or if we at least realized that we were systematically targeted and stopped trying to join our forces with groups that are disadvantaging us.
You know what it takes for black people to get out of poverty? Money.
Yes.
Because check it out. When I sold drugs, right, I took Tyree and them from here way out there. I was like the only black nigga.
To an affluent area, yes.
I was the only black nigga. But let me tell you, when we went and rented the place, right, Cynthia talks like a white girl. Right?
Okay.
Remember she used to talk like she was white, educated.
Yeah.
The dude that rented us a house thought she was white. And he was like, oh, yeah, I'm getting it all cleaned up, this and that, right? So then he said, well, just meet me out here. I keep looking at the clock, these are right there. I keep thinking they're in there. Anyway, he was like, yeah, just meet me here, we'll do the contract or whatever, sign the papers, whatever.
Okay.
Like 2 weeks we talked to this guy, right, because the people were going to move out. He was just so happy. Oh, yeah. Call Cynthia. Even when she didn't call him, he'd call her. Hey, how you doing, Cynthia? Fine. Hey, I've got another week and they'll be out of there.
Okay.
And I'm cleaning the place up. And then, I'm so excited to have you guys come out, So, we get out there after people leave, right? He's got to put it off, We go out there. Motherfucker, when we got out the car, We're meeting him. We're supposed to meet him at 5 o'clock, right? We get there at 5 o'clock. We get out the car. This motherfucker don't even get out of his car. Because we're black. He's looking for white people. I'm telling Cynthia, well, damn, the motherfucker said he's supposed to be there at 5. Right? He's sitting right in the car right there. We're standing right here by the apartment. He didn't get out of his car. So Cynthia said, well, I don't know where he's at. So he finally looks out. Says, Cynthia? So, oh, hey, hi, George. I think his name was George or something like, hey, George, how are you? Oh, hey, how you doing? You know, whole demeanor just changed, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, come on in. Let me show you the place. And, and then he started talking, well, I got like 2 other people looking at it. You know what I mean? And she was like, what do you mean? I thought the place was for us. I thought we had the place. Oh, yeah, but I mean, I had some other people looking at it. I didn't really make my decision yet. You know what I mean? And I did just like this. I said, what is it? And then he was like, well, then he's like, oh, you know what? You're here now, right? So then he started hitting her with the high bill thing, right? Well, you know what? Last month's rent, right? I wanted $1,000, $2,000, $2,000, because I want $1,000 down, for the first month, and then, and what you got it fees, right? Of $1,000. Deposit of $1,000, just in case, you know what I mean? First month and last month's rent's what he said. Right? He hit you with $1,000. Right? So she was like, well, and I seen that he did that to deter us from getting a place. And I was like, damn, we ain't got no $2,000. Is that all you need? Yeah, right? He seen me put that kind of money down, right? You asked Auntie Cynthia. This motherfucker was coming to get the rent before it was even rent due.
Oh, all right now.
After he seen me do that, right? Oh, they got money, they got cash, you know what I mean? So then the motherfucker started, well, hey, then I said, hey, you got a garage to come with this place? Oh, yeah. It's supposed to come with the place. You know what I mean?
And then you're going to charge you extra?
Yeah, he charged her an extra $150. But it was supposed to come with the place because when he was talking, it came with the garage and everything. You know what I mean? But now it's $150 a month extra. You know what I mean?
Right.
Pay it. Right? This motherfucker, okay. Then he just zoops around before, and then I had to tell him to check him. You know what I mean? A couple of times he come on, oh, I was just in the neighborhood. Was wondering if you had the rent, and then I'm looking. Let's see, what's the date today? So we got like 3 more days before rent time. Well, okay. Give him the rent. Cool, couple of days, a couple of months. He was doing it right. Then I had to check him, you know what I mean? Like, hey, we can pay it when the rent's due, you know what I mean? Well, we can pay it when the rent's due, you know what I mean? And then he was like, well, okay, and I told Cynthia, sound like he's hounding me, you know what I mean? So then I got kind of ghetto on him, you know what I mean? We pulled up in Cynthia's little car, right? Next time he came to get the money, right, I told him to meet me down on the block. I pulled up with my Jeep bumping, my seat, right? He was like, oh my God, he's a gangster. You know what I mean? So then I was like, hey man, we're going to have to start getting this money on, on the 1st or on the 2nd, you know what I mean? Because it's early, I just can't keep doing this early stuff, right? Oh, after he said me, I understand. Yeah, I understand it. I understand. Cut all that crap out. When he felt like a nigga was going to beat him up, you know what I mean? Then everything changed.
So how's policing going to help that issue?
No, this is when I was coming. But I'm saying policing in the area, policing is for when niggas is just out of line. You know what I mean? Like, okay, first say for example.
Don't you think that niggas would be less likely to be out of line if they had jobs to go to on Monday?
Let me explain to you. When I lived out there, right, even though the white dude was paying the money, right? I could pull my Jeep out there. I didn't have to lock it. I could leave my windows down.
Okay.
My speaker, I never had to lock nothing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Me and Tyree used to go to the basketball court around the corner. Up nice and straight, right? Now, I'm telling you the truth. I lived this. I seen it with my own eyes.
Okay.
Me and Cynthia and her sister, me and Kathy used to go play tennis on the tennis team, right?
Mm-hmm.
We was chilling. Tyree had his little white friends that come over. He stayed, go to their house, play, whatever, right? I let my nieces and nephews come over, Tiff and them, right? They came over one weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
They came over, right? All of a sudden, we got problems. You know what I mean? Honky, nigga, there's all this shit that we never had before. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Coming out. They beating up the little white kids for reasons I don't know why. You know what I mean? they just terrorizing
They're
the
just
neighborhood.
searching for pre-existing conditions.
They terrorizing the neighborhood. Prentice, all of them, they just terrorizing the neighborhood. So since he was like, well, I said, well, shit, we ain't never had no problems before when Tyree was playing. You know, then I was like, these niggas over here, now we got problems. You know what I mean? Pierre's calling, oh, well, I just don't think it's right for them to use those honky and this kind of words, you know. But the white boy called Tyree a nigga. He was a nigga. And Tyree gonna feel like, what's a nigga? He called me a nigga. Right? Tiff and them knew what niggas was. Right? Fuck that old white boy. I'll kick his motherfucking ass. He don't call me no nigga. Right? That's how it all got started. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because whatever they was around the corner doing, the shit turned racist. You know?
Well, they're children.
Understand that? But Tyree was children in them before they came over with that bullshit. You know what I mean? He played, stayed at their house, you know what I mean? I'm not wishy-washy nothing, I'm just telling you how it was.
I understand that.
So then they came over. They're fighting. Now the white people saying nigga this, nigga that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what they were really doing is showing their real colors, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But then I don't know if my nieces and nephews are showing their real colors, you know what I mean? With all the bullshit, you know what I mean? Never had a problem before. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's different. I look at it like this, huh?
So then, no, let me tell you.
When I was down in Houston, I liked the things that were in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
When I came to Colorado, they
like that?
didn't necessarily like the things in Houston.
Because it's a whole different thing.
It's a different thing,
That's
right?
It's a different
So
thing. Up there was a different
it's
thing.
you can't. I'm not I understand that children say the truth, and they only express what they're taught.
Yes. And it's still like that right now.
You know what I mean? It's always
Just
gonna
like Shell, she got mad today because, I don't know, Prentice's daughters or somebody got COVID.
be. Yeah.
So I guess somebody was clowning with Prentice on the, what you call it? Clowning that I don't know how they was, whatever they were doing on the,
You're making fun.
Okay. So they were making fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
And these cookies are gonna stick. These are gonna be cookie crumbs.
Oh, those are pretty good.
Yeah. So anyway, nephew, what I was saying, right? So whatever, she got all upset. I said, sure, they're probably just joking with each other, you know? They are relative cousins, you know? I don't understand. I'll take care of mine. Right? So then she starts on me. You know, you act like you. I said, you act like I don't care about my nieces and nephews, you know what I mean? They're not my kids, but they're my nieces and nephews, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of course I'm concerned. Well, you don't act like it. Why ain't acting like it? Because I didn't get upset because they're clowning on the what you call it? You know?
Yeah. That's just the women. That's one of the things I just noticed about the women in our family. They only know how to express anger.
Yeah, I think these cookies should got burn up a little more. Or let them cool and then bang them out, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's all it is. Like, these people are some of the most fearfulest people. They only listen to what the TV say.
Yeah.
It's like with Popo.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Biden is leading because the TV said so.
You know, man, that's what I told him.
You
You
don't-
don't really got that till after the election.
It don't matter. Joe Biden was, Hillary Clinton was leading if you listen to the TV, but you got President Donald Trump.
Yeah, these cookies are good.
You're like, sure. It's going to be funny. I can't wait till this thing happens.
I should make that pan a little oily.
Probably got to cook it for longer then.
It's still hot. It's still hot.
Oh.
Yeah, that pan's so hot. It's just got to be cooled.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why when the little white people, they cook the cookies, they set them out beside the window. Let the air blow on them.
Yeah.
I think the next ones will be a little better, though. So. That's why I like cooking on foil. You know?
Man, just pull it out and put the next one in.
Give me the foil right there underneath. We'll let these cool.
Shit, grab another pan. You said,
I know how to cook. Sweet. These cookies. Mom's making this sweet.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but anyway. So then we lived out there. Right? Then comes the lady downstairs. She says she's moving. Right? She's going to rent her place out. Right?
Mm-hmm.
She rents it out. Now comes the Section 8.
Uh-oh. Got some more black people come move in the neighborhood.
Section 8. They come over here.
Oh, neighborhood's going to hell now.
Ass in here. The niggas downstairs, they come from Missouri. They move in first. Her son comes in. Right? Her kids come. They're down there making noise. They, just down there doing dumb shit.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Screaming at the top of their lungs. I was telling them, hey man, I'm trying to watch the football game up here. We have the right to say what we want to say. Right? I said, I don't care what you say. You just gotta quit making all that noise. Right? Then they had the dog. They weren't supposed to have a dog, but they had a dog. The dog go out there, he shit and piss, and the shit falls right down on my goddamn thing, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking. I'm getting tired of coming down there and there's dog shit done stripped, where the dog does shit dripping from the things dripping on my thing. Right? So I went up there, knocked on the door, and said, hey, you need to put something under there where you keep your dog shit from dropping down on my thing. I'm trying to barbecue. I don't want to come down and see dog shit, right? Oh, now it's a gang war now. Nigga, you don't tell. What? Like, nigga, ain't nobody, this nigga trying to. So then she brings over this knucklehead, the nigga of hers, right? So he come in there, him and his partners, they drinking, loud talking. He the one brought the dog, right? So I told the nigga, I tell her, so she tell him. He come there talking about, man, you got a problem with my dog? I said, yeah, nigga, I got a problem with your dog. Because your dog's over there shitting up on my fucking balcony. Shitting down on my balcony. Piss, everything's running down on my spot, you know what I mean? So yeah, I got a problem, you know what I mean? Oh, well, nigga, no, it ain't no nigga. I'm telling you what it is, right? So I had to check him, you know what I mean? He just gonna come off like he's the gangster. So I had to check his ass, get that straightened out. Then all of a sudden everything just starts going to hell. Basketball courts all hanging down now. Where they're trying to slam off of buckets and shit and slam,
Mm-hmm.
Done tore up the rim on the bed. You ask John Cynthia, I'm not lying. Done tore that up, right? So then they go around there and play on the damn tennis court, right? They riding on the net like it's a horse. The part, they over there sitting on it. Got it sagging, you know what I mean? And I'm telling you the truth, man. This is just a family of niggas. Yeah. One family. So then, all of a sudden, their families come in from Missouri, their cousins or whatever, right? Then my Jeep gets broken into. You know what I mean? Tape's missing. My tape's missing, right? Now I know I had just bought Ice Cube's new CD, right? It's missing. Well now they're bumping my CD. You know what I mean? They bumping Ice Cube. So I go in there, I talk to them, man, if y'all broke in my motherfucking car, somebody gonna get hurt. Right? And I know you broke in my car because that's my music you playing. Right? Oh man, you ain't the only one listen to Ice Cube. Okay. Just telling you, right? I know y'all broke in my motherfucking car. Right? So I was gonna get him. You know me, I was gonna get him. So she's like, no. Don't. So I went to Vegas, right? So while I'm in Vegas, Cynthia's driving my Jeep. These motherfuckers, boldly, she catches him. Tell me to get away from the Jeep, right? She go down there to get him. Tell him to get away from the Jeep. I'm in Las Vegas, but they swing at her with a tire iron. You know what I mean? And
Oh, shit.
Right? I said, who was it? First thing came out of my mouth, it wasn't them goddamn neighbors, was it? No, I don't know. I ain't seen these people before. Right? But she told me what they look like. So when I got back, right? You asked her. They done took my stereo, they done took my speakers, they done took all my shit, right? And this is no lie. You asked her. The next day, they sit there laughing, you know, because I thought they bitch you about my shit being gone when I got back. These niggas right there, that's what that nigga get. Yeah, right? I sit there, took my Jeep. Next morning, that afternoon, came back bumping harder than ever, harder, right? Oh, how's this nigga? You know what I mean? What they look like, Cynthia? I don't know, this nigga and the little black dude and the little white dude. So I said, okay. So then, days go by. We pull up from coming somewhere and she say, Daddy, there they are right there. Those are the ones right there, right? I said, where? Right there on them bikes. All right. So they go in the house. Okay. Spin off. So I don't know if you remember my little Mexican partner, Cisco. He's just a little Mexican dude. Because I met him, he was trying to steal the shit out of my car. Right? I'll tell you that story, how that happened. But anyway, so I get Cisco, right? Because they young dudes, I can't do nothing to them. They're young. So I go get Cisco, right? Go around the corner, I go get Cisco. He comes back around the corner with me. I said, them little niggas right there. They over there chilling the bike. He go over there and just bam, hit the white boy. Bam, oh, right? So nigga off his bike, like, man. He dusts him off. Blam, 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 right? Next time you motherfuckers steal out my uncle's truck, I'm gonna kill you, right? We're like, what are you talking about, man? Said that motherfucking Jeep. Next time you get in that Jeep, I'm gonna kill you. White boy said, oh man, dog, we didn't do nothing. He went over there and just beat him all up. So dude next door, the old man come out, why you letting them kids fight? Right. Hey, break it up. Why you got them kids fighting? So I'm like, I ain't got nobody fighting.
Are you just gonna put the whole piece of foil in there?
Yeah. So he was like, well, I just seen you letting them kids fight. I said, kids are gonna be kids. Right? That's what I tell him. I said, kid, I don't like these crumble looking cookies. Fuck them up. Too much butter.
In the batter?
Yeah. More butter.
That's funny.
Oh yeah, it was just funny, but the neighborhood went down and went to shit. Then the landlord, he tried to boost the rent. But then me and Cynthia started fighting about it, because Cynthia knew how I was, right? I had to make my money. I was getting money. So of course I stayed out. Come home, but you didn't have to ask for nothing.
Yeah.
You didn't have to want for shit. You know what I mean? You was getting everything. But you know, she started that. You know, fucking around this and that. I said, you know how I was before when you was with me. You know, even when I was picking girls, you can ask her. Even when I went to high school, these little white chicks, they was doing the janitor and these old niggas. And the bus driver, Russell, the black dude. And the little white chicks, Tracy, Tammy. And I have pictures. If you get the photo album, I should have pictures of me with them in the standing by the cars and shit. But I had 3 white girls.
That's funny.
Me and Chevy Cooper, right? And then Chevy Cooper's woman, what made me think about it, because her name was Pam, right?